People of the internet, this is Dr. John Delony. Today we are talking about controlling behavior, anxiety, relational IQ, self-importance, and grandiosity. Sounds like every man you know and every dude that I know. So here we go. I'm responding to an email that I got at askjohn@ramseysolutions.com. Let's get into it. Good afternoon, Dr. Delony. It's the morning here, but I get what you're saying, and also with you. I just found your independent channel, but I've listened to you a couple of times as a co-host with Dave Ramsey. Let's be honest, I'm carrying Dave on his radio show, but it is what it is. I'm a college student with no personal debt, and I plan to remain that way as I have a full scholarship. Rock on to the break of dawn, dude. My problem is that I tend to emotionally take on the debt of people that I care about. I don't even know what that means. Let's continue. My girlfriend of 4 years has student loans, and I feel kind of guilty because I don't have any. I guess that I also feel guilt because part of me knows she chose this school because I also chose this school. So I feel somewhat responsible for her debt. This manifested into me being controlling with her money, an attempt to help her manage it well. Come on, man. While I have stopped the controlling behavior, the anxiety about her debt is still on my mind constantly, even though I know it shouldn't be because it's not my debt or my money. I guess my question is, how do I deal with this guilt and emotionally separate myself from other people's financial situations? Abraham, thank you so much for the email. Thank you for reaching out. Thank you for calling out your own dumb behavior and working hard to fix it. I want you to listen to me carefully because I'm going to shoot you straight. I'm going to go through this quick. This is especially a challenge for dudes. Here's the challenge. We fall in love. The deeper we fall in love, the tighter that relationship gets, the more connected we get. And the more connected in love we get, the more we realize I can't make somebody else love me. I can't make somebody else make the decisions that I think are smart. And so the more we love and the more we get connected and the more we realize we can't control somebody else in our life, we start to feel small. And when dudes feel small, they respond with grandiosity. We puff our chest out and then go about solving problems. And so when you say here that your girlfriend was so in love with you that she decided to go to the same college as you, even though it was going to cost her student loan money, and you responded to that by controlling her money and her decisions and her behavior, that's a recipe for a bomb to go off in your heart and especially in her heart. You cannot base a relationship on control. Because when somebody feels controlled, they begin to pull away, and the controller controls tighter, and then you suffocate somebody, and the relationship ends. So Abraham and everybody listening, here's a few hard truths and things you can do right now to not take on the guilt and responsibility of other people's challenges, other grown-ups' decisions, and instead to be with folks and to love them, okay? Number one, you are a person of value. You have worth. And you are not that important. Quit making everybody else's problems about you. Quit making everybody else's financial decisions, everybody else's different opinions, everybody else's choice on what they want to eat for dinner about you. So number two, the only things on planet Earth you can control are your thoughts and your actions. So stop the controlling behavior. If a woman loves you so much that she's going to take out a student loan and follow you to whatever college you go to, that's her decision. Controlling her and her money will only fracture your relationship, fracture your psyche and your self-worth, and break down a woman who just loves you. If you have a disagreement on how someone you love and someone you want to spend the rest of your life with is spending their money, you sit down and you have a heart-to-heart conversation about value and about what you think is important and why it affects you the way it does. And you look them in the eye and you say, I love you, and here's my heart on this. And then you put a period at the end of that sentence. If she chooses to go get a student loan, you choose whether you're going to stay in a relationship with her or not. That's it, man. Controlling her money, trying to weasel your way into making her decisions for another person is going to crush her, crush you, and destroy your relationship. And that leads me to number three. If you have contributed to somebody else's dumb decision, don't just flex up and muscle through it. Solve it through relationship. Repent, tell her you're sorry, tell her you screwed up, you wish you hadn't have encouraged her to take on all this debt, and encourage her to go do the things that are going to be right for her and for her financial situation. And if you're going to get married, and then you're going to make joint decisions. But until you're locked up legally and spiritually, there's not a lot you can speak into. And that brings me to number 4. Student loans are stupid. Don't do it. I've been there. They're idiotic. So I'm going to send you a few things, Abraham, because you had the courage to write. So I'm going to send you a copy of Anthony O'Neill's best-selling book, Debt-Free Degree. And I want you to sit down with her, look her in the eye and say, you are a grown woman who I love. You are able to make your own decisions, and you're probably a lot smarter than me on most every issue in the world. Here's a book written by a great author from a great company and talks about the dangers of student loans and what you can do about it. And then you can give her that book, and she gets to make a grown-up choice for what to do moving forward. You, my friend, have to put the guilt and the controlling behavior down. I'm also going to give you a year-long subscription to the new Ramsey Plus, and I'm going to encourage you and her to do that together. It's going to give you some good tools on how to speak to one another, how to, in a non-controlling way, come together, talk about your values, who you want to be, and how you're going to work together moving forward in your relationship. And for you, I want you to get on Amazon and buy the book, I Don't Want to Talk About It by Terrence Real. It's a great book. I think you're going to benefit from it. So to wrap up, stop the controlling behavior. Recognize that you can only control 2 things, your thoughts and your actions, and that's it. If you contribute to somebody else's bad decisions, tell them you're sorry, ask for forgiveness, and bring some support to the table through relationship, not through muscle and bone and steel and hammer and nails. Put the controlling behavior away. This is Dr. John Delony with Ramsey Network. Thanks for joining us. Push all the buttons, subscribe, shoot me an email at askjohn@ramseysolutions.com, and I'll talk to you soon. Stay in school, don't do drugs.